Another method they use through ginger juice or sugarcane wheat water psychotherapy, such as Mani Theorem, giving a spiritual healing, the speed of recovery using a spiritual disease to a particular karma disease. Then role of nurses need to understand very important. They help in a holistic strategies, integral role in coordination and facilitation of such therapy. Use holistic nursing therapies that can be described complemented alternative therapy in nature, and should obtain and maintain appropriate educations and clinical experiences in order to maintain competency with this uh, therapy while giving therapies. And practitioners practice to nurse practitioners should practice regarding this alternative forms of therapy given to the patient. Next we will see about this your diet therapy. So diet has basic role in our mental health and a lot also in our physical health. So whatever energy we take is through the food or also from the spiritual energy. So what we do in the human brain is metabolically very active and uses about 20 to 30% of energy intake at rest. When we are taking rest, 20 to 30% of energy has been taken. Individuals who do not eat adequate calories of food meet their energy requirement by experience and changes in mental functioning. Simply skipping the breakfast as well with a lower fluency, problem solving ability. Users who are already slightly malnourished and may hunger person may experience a less energy, less motivated, and chronic energy and hunger deprivations profoundly affects the moods of the person. So people with a consistent low energy intake often feels apathic, sad, hopeless, developing affects young infants are particularly damaged from malnutrition. Malnutrition early in life has been associated with your below normal intelligence and functions and cognitive. So if you are malnourished, your what affects your intelligence also, your cognitive thinking, your brain may get damaged with them. So what about the carbohydrate and mental health? Carbohydrate significantly affect your mood and behavior. Eating a meal high in carbohydrate triggers release of hormones such as insulin, and insulin helps in blood sugar into cells and can be used for energy. So it is very important for full of energy. We need a carbohydrate. But insulin also other affects in the body, and insulin level raise more tryptophan and enters in the brain, and the tryptophan is an amino acid and which building a block of proteins and affects our neurotransmitter in the brain. As more tryptophan enters in the brain, more neurotransmitter serotonin is produced, and higher the serotonin means it affects our serotonin promoting sleepiness. So this effect in partially responsible for drowsiness and some experience after a large meal. You might have experience, okay, if you're having a good amount of a rice or chapatis and what happens, you feel drowsy, you feel sleepy. Now I want to sleep and get some little bit sleep anyhow. When you're working in a workplace office, and if you're having a rice in your lunchtime, what you feel, say please someone give me a chance to sleep. So what they do, this carbohydrate affects your neurotransmitter which makes you somewhat drowsy. Next is your protein and mental health. What protein makes has a role over your mental health. So protein intake and individual amino acid affects your brain functioning. This is also responsible for the neurotransmitter of tryptophan and serotonin and amino acid. Amino acid not available a level particular neurotransmitter, and in the brain will fall, brain function will be affected. For example, the lack of tryptophan body, enough serotonin will be produced. Low brain levels of serotonin are associated with a low mood, even aggressions. Like some disease can be built up with a certain amino acid and blood, leading to brain damage, mental defect. For example, building of acid phenylalanine individual with the phenylketonuria also causes brain mental retardation, brain damage or mental retardation. Next, we will see about the fats and health. Okay, so we use fats in various hormone so this what some studies says about this, reducing fats and cholesterol and diet deplete brain serotonin, causing mood changes, anger and aggressive behavior. Okay, but the omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oils promotes brain functioning, and although few studies suggest that omega-3 fatty acids are helpful with the bipolar affective disorders and your stress. So what they do, they simply helping you. This omega-3 are good. It's found in a fish. It's found in this flaxseeds. So these are good for your affecting with to deal with stress and bipolar affective disorders. Then high level of fat and cholesterol contribute to atherosclerosis or closing of this fat in arteries. Okay, and which will impair brain functioning and will lead to a stroke. Next, we will see the vitamins and mental health. So, alcoholism is often associated with vitamin deficiency. And the person is alcoholic, will have a vitamin deficiency and thiamine deficient metabolisms. Alcohol interferes with the thiamine metabolism and in the body, and diet cycles, alcohols, and often deficiency vitamins, minerals, and panics and cause cough syndromes, and which is caused by confusion, mental changes, and abnormal eye movements are there. So, what vitamin 12 do? Maintains malicious nerve cells with revision, and inadequate result in a brain damages and brain functioning also, and eventually causes the low blood iron and damage to and dementia and brain atrophy. Next, what folic acid used to do? So even a modest folic acid deficiency in women causes an increased risk of neural tube defect. Okay, when mother is conceiving, the folic acid is given in oven. So this will cause a spinal bifida to a child. Okay. Then other activities related to mental deficiency or mental disorders or strokes can risk is in the risk factors. Next, we will see about the niacin. Niacin is involved in releasing energy body from a carbohydrate, protein, fats, and it is related to symptoms such as headache, decrease in sleep patterns, and emotional disturbance are there. What vitamin B and B6 and vitamin E used to do? So vitamin B6 is deficiency characterized by such as fatigue, insomnia, depressions, irritability, and dizziness. So what the person may have nerve damages and serious sensory loss, numbness. What vitamin E is related to red blood cells, nerve tissues. It is progression to dizziness, vision changes, muscle weakness, and antioxidants, neurological conditions such as Parkinson and Alzheimer disease. Next is the what of vitamin A. So vitamin A is related to deficiency. It will be related to increased pressures in the head, headache, and the person may have cause fatigue, irritability, loss of appetite. Whereas in minerals and mental health, iron deficiency is related to your lead to anemia. Anemia is can lead to a brain damage. Then magnesium, it is related to your apathy. It's still deficiency is related to apathy, delirium, conversions, coma, and death. Then magnesium is involved in the carbohydrates and South American countries. For the copper, it is related to your brain functioning, immune systems responses, and changes in certain chemical receptors. And zinc is involved in the cell maintaining cell membranes and protein deficiency. Selenium, sometimes selenium to toxicity causes nervous system. Next, nutrition mattered a lot. So depression, it is related to alcohol and sugar, and daily exercise and nutrition recommended to the person affected with the depression. Next one is your anxiety and panic disorder. When you have hypoglycemic or low blood sugar, you may get panic, and you may get have this choking effect or numbness in your hand and feet, and it can result in your panic disorder. The ADHD is related to vitamins or mineral deficiency in diet, and mood disorders related to not beta carotene deficiency, and depressions are also related to that. Then What's the role of nurses? So promoting healthy diets, clients learning disabilities, helping preparation of serving of food, mental health nurse. You should keep the date and